Clash Royale just dropped brand new balance changes. Today I'm going to cover every single one of these balance changes, and keep in mind these are work in progress, so a couple things could change, be added, or be removed. Starting off with the Rune Giant, in case you weren't aware, this card got an emergency buff 3 or 4 days ago, so now the buff never expires, even if the Rune Giant dies. This was an absolutely terrible idea, and now the card is completely dominating ladder. In case you're not aware, like 50% of the top ladder right now, top 200, is Goblin Giant, Rune Giant, Hunter, and Inferno Dragon cycle. But yay, they listened to our feedback. I wish they would have done this before they buffed the card. Rune Giant's getting 2 pretty big nerfs. Bonus damage to like the interactions with Firecracker and Hunter will be removed. So now the pellets will not get 220 each. They will get like 220 divided by how many pellets there are. Same goes for the Firecracker. Also, secondary units will no longer get buffed. So the Goblin Giant will no longer have 2 buffed Spear Goblins on his back. The Dark Goblin is getting a nerf. I don't really know why. It's the base Dark Goblin. The Evo is what needed a nerf, not the normal base Goblin, but he is getting a 5% damage decrease. I don't know what interactions this changed, but I guess he'll be a little less oppressive now. Good news and bad news. Good news, the Goblinstein is getting a nerf. Bad news, the nerf sucks. It is a 6% monster HP nerf. Again, they did this before and it changed absolutely nothing, and they're doing it again and it will continue to change absolutely nothing. Congrats, your tower will now take like 1.5 less hits to kill the Goblinstein monster. Yay! The Lava Hound is getting a nerf because the balance changers couldn't figure out that the Royal Chef is what makes this card broken. Anyways, the Lava Hound is getting a 7% damage decrease, as well as the puppy's getting a 7% damage decrease. And for all the people that complain about lava, I really want to see how a 7% damage decrease helps you stop losing to lava. It won't, but here's your Lava Hound nerf. Everybody's favorite evolution, the Goblin Giant, is getting a nerf to how frequently it spawns goblins. So now instead of every 1.5 seconds, it's going to do it every 1 1/8 seconds. It's basically a 17% spawn per second decrease. So less goblins. Hopefully this helps balance out the card a little bit alongside the Royal Chef nerf. The Royal Chef got another whopping nerf. It's almost like this card shouldn't exist. 1 every 24 seconds is how often you get a pancake if you're not attacking anything right now. That will go from every 24 seconds to every 30 seconds. And like if you're attacking, it will go from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. So now it's in between 30 and 40 seconds on how long it takes to cook a pancake. Previously it was 24 to 30. So you're going to take much longer to get your pancakes ready. And I still don't think this solves a lot of the issues with the card. I think they should straight up remove Tower Troops from Path of Legends, but what do I know? On to our buffs. The Fire Spirit is getting a buff, and it's a range buff. So it now gets a half-tile range buff, which makes it, I guess, a little easier for it to connect with things. I'm not quite sure if this will make the Fire Spirit viable, but it's helpful. I mean, it will get you more consistent value when you typically would have, like, your Fire Spirit die or something, but I still don't see a reason to use it over Ice Spirit. Somebody has a crush on the Musketeer. It's not me, it's the balance changer, because they keep buffing the Musketeer over and over again, and I don't get why. It's a very good card. The problem with buffing the Musketeer is its power creep, right? You have the Goblinstein range support troop role. Now, all of a sudden, every single other range support troop sucks. So what is the solution? Should we A, nerf the overpowered one, or B, power creep all the other ones? And when you power creep them, now they're really strong and it's still broken. Anyway, sorry for the rant. It's a first hit speed buff. It's going from 0.8 seconds to 0.6 seconds, 25% faster first hit speed for the Musketeer. This applies to the Evo and the 3 Musketeers as well. Last and probably least, actually, is the Giant Snowball getting a half-tile pushback range buff. So it'll push back troops an additional half tile. Don't know what this changes. Maybe it gives people more of a reason to use the snowball. I feel like there's just no reason not to use just like log zap or arrows as your small spot. Rage, I forgot about rage since it does damage. I think we might need to give snowball a little bit extra damage or something. You don't want it to be oppressive, but the card still kind of sucks. So, I mean, maybe this will change some people's minds. Anyways, what do you guys think of the balance changes? Let me know in the comments, and the finalized versions will be in the pinned comment below when they happen.